It was a glad day in the olden times when the storyteller came to cottage or hall. At Christmas or New Year, when the maypole stood on the village green, or the chestnuts were roasting on the coals on All Hallows Eve. Come when he would, he was always welcome, and if, when he was least expected, he knocked at the door, what joy there was! Many were the miles that the storyteller had travelled, and many were the places where he had been, and many were the tales he had to tell of what he had seen, and what he had heard in the wide world. Sometimes his voice was deep and sweet as the organ in church on Sunday, and sometimes it rang out clear as a bugle, and sometimes, as the tale went on, he would take the harp, which was ever by his side, and touching it with skilful fingers, would weave a gay little song or a tender strain of music into a story, like a jewelled thread in a golden web. All the children gathered around him, sturdy Gilbert and rosy Jocelyn, roguish Giles and slender Rosalind, eager for a story. Mother and father drew near, and in the background stood the servants, smiling but silent. Oh, everything was still as the house at midnight, as the storyteller began his magic words. Once upon a time. Perhaps the story brought with it laughter, or perhaps a tear. But life, said the storyteller, is made up of smiles and tears, and the little ones, listening to him, learned to rejoice with these whose joy was great, and to mourn with the sorrowful, and were the better, and not the worse for it, and so in due time grew into noble men and good women. It is many and many years since they lived and died, but still the storyteller comes with his harp and his story to every child's heart today. Open the door and let him come in. Give him a seat by the fire and gather close about him, and then you shall hear. Maud Lindsay, Sheffield, Alabama.